Hey guys, it's Whisper Bell. I'm back. Well, I'm gonna try to be back anyways. So the last time I posted a video was August 28th, 2018, and it is currently August 6th, I think. August 6th, 2020. So it has been almost 2 years since I posted my last video. I'm going to try not to let that happen again unless I decide that I'm just done doing ASMR. But I got a lot of comments, or I got a couple of comments asking when I was going to post another video and to come back. So with everything going on, I just kind of wanted to do something that might make me feel better about life. Because you know, I don't have to explain what's going on in the world right now. I apologize, my AC is on in the background. However, I will not be turning it off because I live in Texas. So, I'm sorry about that, but it's not gonna happen. So I was actually going to read the second chapter of Beauty and the Beast, and I made a video of it 2 nights ago. I think, yeah, 2 nights ago. I got home from work at like 1 a.m. and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make another video. And I read the whole chapter of chapter 2. I got through it all, only to find out that my phone wasn't recording. So at that point, it was like 1:30 and I was like, no, it's not happening. It's not gonna happen tonight. And then today I was going to read it again, and I started trying to read it, and I got like 2 sentences in, and I was like, this isn't it. So, apologies for my absence, but I'm gonna try to be back at least a little bit, maybe once a month or so. We'll see what happens. Life gets busy, y'all know how it is. So because I'm not going to be reading in this video, I'm going to be doing something else that's kind of just an easy step back into things. If you guys knew me in person, you would know that I am a huge Disney fan, like huge Disney fan. My favorite park is Disneyland. I can explain to you why, okay? The first reason is that it was the first park I ever went to, and I think that just made it a special place in my heart. A lot of people would say that Disney World is better, but for me, Disneyland is better, and it's because of that. And then also, Disneyland is the only park in the world, it's the only Disney park in the world that Walt Disney himself actually walked through, because he died before he could see the opening of Walt Disney World. So because of that, there just kind of feels like there's a special magic there. Plus, Disneyland has all of the stuff that Disney World has, but in one park, or 2 parks, and they're right across from each other. So, there's a lot less walking and stuff like that goes on, and like, my family and I can go to Disneyland in a week and do everything and be able to do stuff again. While if we go to Disney World, it feels like we can't do stuff again because we're waiting in 2 long lines, or we're traveling back and forth between the parks, and it's just a mess. So Disneyland is my favorite. If you don't know, at Disneyland there is a thing called pin trading, or not just Disneyland, at Disney parks there is a thing called pin trading, and so you can collect pins and stuff like that. It's like a really big deal. They'll have like, in their stores, they'll have like entire walls just filled with pins. And that is absolutely one of my favorite things to do at Disney, is collect pins. So I have quite a collection of pins. Granted, I know that there are a lot more people out there with a lot more pins than me, but I'm still pretty proud of my pin collection as it is. The 2 things I like to collect: pins and hats. Obviously, I think I have 6 hats. I usually get one every time I go. I think there was one time when I didn't get one, but it was because I had already gotten one that was ordered online or something like that. Anyways, I have 6 hats. So I've been to the Disney parks at least 6 times, if not more. So the thing with pin trading is, so So if you see cast members, or that's what they call the employees, cast members, if you see a cast member and they have a lanyard, or some of them are like little fanny pack type things with pins on them, the rule is that they have to trade with you. So if you have a pin and you see a pin that they have and you want that pin and you give them your pin, they have to give you that pin. So it's kind of like an unspoken rule if you're a Disney cast member, that if you really like a pin that you get, don't bring it to work. Keep it at home, because otherwise you'll have to give it up. And so my very first time at Disney, my mom went online to eBay or something and she just bought a bag of like 200 Disney pins, like old Disney pins, for like $30, which is a steal because most of these pins are like $6. Like the cheapest is $6, 6 or 7. Anyways, so the first time we went, every time we would see a cast member, we'd like dive in on their lanyards and just like, I want that one. And then we'd be like, Mom. And she would pull out this bag of just pins from her backpack and hand us a random pin out of there. And we would trade with the cast members. It was a good time. But now I actually have I bought a lot of mine though, because I do. Anyways, this is my pin collection. I have five lanyards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 lanyards. I'm going to go through and show you all of my pins. Starting with my least favorite pins. It's not that I don't like them, it's just that they're my least favorites. So, it's this lanyard. Okay, this is my first lanyard. I think this lanyard is actually the very first lanyard I ever got from a Disney park. Anyways, it is a purple Fantasyland. Purple Fantasyland. Lanyard. Jeez, I forgot the word. And I like all these pins, but I usually have like some sort of theme going on around my lanyards, and these either don't fit in with a theme or they're just not my favorites. So the first one on this one, if you go through like a travel agency or something like that, or you do like a package deal for a Disney trip, sometimes you'll get like free lanyards and pins, and that's actually, this one is a free pin. It says Disney Visa cards from Chase 2016. So this is probably from a trip that I got in 2016, which would have been Disney World. I went to Disney World for this one. So it's C3PO. It's not going. I've tried to get it to focus and it won't focus. I'm sorry. So it's got C3PO and R2D2. It says Star Wars down here. I can't tell what this is. I think it's like a broken vase or something. And then up here is where it says 2016. The next one is a horoscope sign pin. And it's the only reason that I keep this one is because it's got my horoscope on it. So this one it's got Sebastian because, you know, because the mascot or whatever, I don't know what you would call it, the mascot for the Cancer horoscope sign is a crab. And so that's why this one has Sebastian on it. So if you didn't figure it out, I'm a Cancer. That's the only reason I keep this one. And then I have a series of like baby ones. So I have a Tigger. I love these ones, they're just so cute. Like, look at his little face, he's so cute. I have a Tigger. I have a Pinocchio. Hello, Pinocchio. This one's not a baby one, but he looks like a baby, so I keep him in the baby section. It's dopey. And then I also have baby Aladdin, and he's a little cutie. Aladdin's one of my favorite. He's probably like one of my favorite Disney princes, if not my favorite Disney prince. So, and then I have a series of like princess ones, but I like started collecting them. But the thing is when I started collecting, because they do like series, you know, they do like a bunch of different kinds. They'll be like, oh, okay, well, we're gonna do this series of these kinds of pins, and we're just gonna make them all look different kind of thing, you know what I mean? And so I would like start collecting them, but they would be old pins by the time I started collecting them, so they're hard to come by. So there's this one that's like a teacup series, and I only have 2 of them. I used to have more, I think, but I probably traded them away. So I've got Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty. Cinderella because she's one of my favorite Disney princesses, and Sleeping Beauty probably because she has a pink teacup. That's my favorite color. And then I also have this one, which I used to have other ones that were like the diamond shape, but it's just no way. And then I have this Jasmine one just because I think it's pretty. I like the sparkles. So that's one side of the lanyard. That's this side. And then the other side, I have these two. This is another series. I've got Joy from Inside Out and Sadness from Inside Out. Because they're like the main characters. And everybody says that I look like Joy. I have a lot of friends that want me to cosplay as Joy and stuff, but I'm like, no. Okay, this one isn't actually an official Disney trading pin. However, I keep it on here because it's kind of like one. It's not official, but it's, we went and saw the live action Beauty and the Beast, like, on opening night or like as a pre-release or something like that in theaters, and you got these cool little pins whenever you did it. So I just keep it on there because it might as well be a Disney, like a real Disney one. Okay, this is another one. I think that this is the one that I got from the very first trip to Disneyland. So we did, so just like the first one that I showed you, this one where I got it from, doing it through a travel agency, this one was the same way. We did it through a travel agency or something like that, and they gave us these free pins. They're really cool looking. It's got a lot of colors. I like it because it's pretty. It says Disneyland on it, Disneyland Resort. And then I have 2 more series. So I've also got like this, I've got this thing for Disney villains. I love Disney villains because, like, okay, a good story doesn't exist without a villain. So you've got to give them some credit. So, one of these isn't a Disney villain. It's just the Mad Hatter. But then there's Jafar's hat. Those are the only 2 I have from that. But then I have this series, which is Disney villains, but it's like Disney villains on bowling pins. I only have 3 from this one. Again, like, I start these collections and then I can't finish them because they don't exist anymore. They're hard to come by. So I've got Yzma. Sorry, the sun's reflecting off of it. I've got Yzma, Ursula, and Captain Hook. And then I just really like this pirate pin. It's just a pirate pin. There's nothing special about it, but I really like it. So that's my first one. Oh, I just had a pin fall off. Which one was it? Who was it? Tigger. No, Tigger fell off. It's okay. I'm just gonna put him back on. He tried to escape, but he can't. So, let's see how many pins I have on this one. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 pins on this one. So that's just 20. I can't get it to make the noises anymore, hearing. Okay, so that's my first lanyard. The next one I'm going to show you is, that was this one. So this one actually has like collections on it. It's not like collections like the series like I have on the other ones, but I have it like collected into groupings of some sort. So this lanyard is actually, okay, so see, this is probably another one. This is another one that I probably got from some sort of travel agency thing, because on it says Walt Disney Travel Company. So we probably went through a, like, obviously a Walt Disney Travel Company for this one. And that's where I got this lanyard. Instead of a pin, I got a lanyard with this one. So this one I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, same color, but they're not. Like this one's like a teal and this one's a light blue. So this one I've actually had better luck on collecting and finding these than the other ones. I'm still trying to find them, but these are a little bit more common than like some of the other series I have, like the teacups or the bowling pins. So I have a teal, a blue, a red, and a yellow one of those. And they've all got this like little Mickey emblem to like show that it's part of a series. Because that's if you look at these, I forgot about that. If you look at these, the teacups, they also have a little Mickey head in the corner. And then the bowling pins will have it too. Let me see if I can find them. Yeah, see, the bowling pins have them at the top. So if it has a little Mickey head at the top, it means that it's part of a series of some sort. Alright, so I have those four. And then the bottom half of that side is all Minnie Mouse. So Minnie Mouse is actually my favorite original character. So like Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, Goofy, Donald, Daisy, those ones. Minnie Mouse is my favorite, which is fitting because my mom's is Mickey Mouse. And we're like two peas in a pod, so it kind of works out. So I think actually my favorite Minnie Mouse one is between these two. It's between either this top one, this hat. I just think it's so cute. I wish I could have a hat like that. Or this umbrella. And the reason that the umbrella is one of my favorites is because it was actually one of the very first Minnie Mouse ones that I got. And I think I had a friend at the time who actually like tried to trade her for like, okay, she traded me for it or something, like, I don't know, something happened and we ended up fighting over it, and I got it obviously, or I found another one, I'm not sure which happened, but and it's just got this little cute little gem, teardrop blue gem, like it's rain coming off of the side of the umbrella. I just think it's cute. So anyways, I have a Minnie Mouse hat, and it's like the original Minnie Mouse hat. It's not the bow or whatever. It's like the old time Minnie Mouse. I have a Minnie Mouse cupcake, a Minnie Mouse umbrella, just Minnie Mouse kissing, and I'm assuming that this one is probably like a sometimes they'll sell them in like pairs, so this one probably went with the Mickey Mouse one at one point, and then it just got separated from it. I have a Minnie Mouse safety pin. I'm not sure about that, what the deal is with that, but it's cute. I have a Minnie Mouse kite. This is another one that was like the very first, one of the first ones that I got. And then I have this that just says good on it. I'm not sure why. I could not tell you why it just says good. It's probably, again, part of a pair or something where it's like got that. Oh yeah, it does have, if you look, I think that that's actually the only one that has it. Yeah, it's got a Mickey Mouse emblem in the top corner. You can't really see it very well, but it's there. So it's going to be part of a series. Okay, and on the other side, at the top, I've got Mickey type ones. Okay, so this top one, there was a long time where I was like obsessed with England and Britain and the UK and all that. So I probably got this during that time period of my life, and I just haven't let it go yet because it's nostalgic for me. And then here's another baby one. It's baby Pluto. He's just, look at how cute he is. I love that one. I love that one just because he's cute. And then this is another one that was part of a series. And I think I used to have another one, but I traded it. So, and I kept this one because it's pink. But you can tell right there, it's got that silver emblem. And then this one's just I Heart Mickey Mouse. I'm not sure why I hold on to that one. It's not one of my favorites, but. And then the bottom half of these is Tinkerbell. Because, you know, I look like Tinkerbell. So, obviously, she's got to be one of my favorites. One of my favorite Disney characters. So, I just really like these. These two are so cute. There's two more baby ones. They're both her. This one she's like happy and sassy, and this one she's mad. I think that's cute. I've got a Disney Mickey ear hat with her on it. And like I said, I collect Disney hats too, so I just obviously had to have that one. And then these two are just kind of, this is her like in flowers and blowing a kiss. think I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, so these last three kind of like tie in first place for my favorites for different reasons. I'm gonna go with this one first though. So this one is like my Disney villain. It's like mostly Disney villains and then a little bit dragons. It's mostly Disney villains though. So on it I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I only have 10 on this one, so that's 50 pins on 3. So this one is actually this was a Disneyland Resort one because it has, this is a Disneyland one and you can't tell from this side, but it's actually got the castle in the background. You can't tell though because there's pins covering it. So let's start with this. I'll start with this side because it's got the only two that are Disney villains. So these two are actually Figment the Dragon, and that's just because I really, really like dragons. This is also Figment the Dragon. So Figment the Dragon is actually the mascot of Epcot in Disney World because it's supposed to be like the land of innovation or whatever. And he's a figment of your imagination, and it's supposed to be where the imagination runs wild and all that. So I just really like Figment. I think he's a little cutie. I just like dragons. Okay, and so the rest of these, my favorite Disney villain, my all-time favorite Disney villain is Maleficent. So, of course, I had to have her having her own section with her own pins. The first one is, I really like this one. It's really pretty. It's got like stars that are actually jewels. And then there's Maleficent, and there's a dragon silhouette in the background. And I just really like it. It's got like this resin thing. It's just really pretty. The next one is this one. It's kind of like a bunch of self-portraits of Maleficent. Let's see, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 pictures of her. A picture of her dragon and her castle. And then it has her name down here at the bottom, Maleficent. It's got all these like cool curly cues and stuff. And then the bottom one, this is so cute to me. It's another one that's part of a series. It's just it's a caramel apple with Maleficent horns. And if you've ever had the Disney caramel apples, they are good. If you haven't had them, I would highly suggest you have them. Okay, so I have 3 more Disney villain ones on this side. Got Captain Hook's hat. I have the Evil Queen, and this is just because it's a Mickey hat, probably is the reason I have it on there. And then I have Darth Vader because he's Darth Vader. Like, who doesn't like Darth Vader? The other thing, I don't consider them villains, but they're a little bit more of a darker side of Disney, is the Pirates of the Caribbean. They're not villains, but they're not exactly good guys either. You know what I mean? So that's why they're on the villain one. But I love Pirates of the Caribbean. So I have this one. It says I love Jack, and it's a little heart with a dagger through it. And then down here it says Captain Jack Sparrow. This is like the first one that I ever bought myself, I think, because I love Captain Jack Sparrow. And then this one, this is really cool to me. So on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland, there's this woman called the Lady in Red, and she was a prostitute, or she is, yeah, she was a prostitute. Well, Disney was like, oh, well, we're gonna, she was a prostitute that was being sold off in an auction thing. And so Disney was like, oh, well, we're gonna make the ride a little bit more family friendly, and we're gonna remove the Lady in Red. And everybody was like, what? You can't do that. She's an icon. She's iconic. So what they did is they actually took her and rebranded her as Red, R-E-D-D, and they rebranded her as a female pirate. And I just think it's so cool. So it says, wanted for mischief and mayhem, Red. And it says Pirates of the Caribbean at the bottom. It's got a picture of her. I just think it's cool that they didn't remove her and they just rebranded her instead. And then this one is from a series. It was a mystery pin series. It's attractions at Disney World Land. I'm not sure. I can't remember. using them, but not seriously. So this one only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pins. That's 58. 58 pins total. But this one is actually a Frozen lanyard. It's got Elsa and Anna, and then on the other side it's got like silhouettes of Olaf between things of wheat and just plants in general and stuff. It's just got a bunch of silhouettes of Olaf. So my pins on this side, I've got this one. This one's kind of an old one, but I think I just keep it because it was one of the very first Frozen pins that were out. It's Olaf, and then there's just a bunch of flowers down here. Not one of my favorites, but it is a kind of a classic type thing. And then, okay, so I actually have them on opposite sides from each other, but Disney did a series of mystery pins for Disney, or for Frozen, and it's like these quilted diamonds, and I got 2 of them, obviously, but one of them's Olaf, and then the other one is the little, like, snow monsters that Elsa keeps sneezing out in Frozen Fever. So there's those 2. And then I also have this one, which is from the Frozen 2 movie. I just got this one recently at like Christmas, I think, because I went to Disney World for like 3 days at Christmas. It was wild. It was such a fast trip, but it was worth it. So it's got Anna and Elsa, and at the bottom it says "Trust Your Journey." And then I also have a pin of Elsa by herself and Anna by herself. Now Anna is my favorite. Anna is my favorite sister. She's my all-time favorite Disney princess ever. So Anna's my favorite. Don't let the snowflake fool you. Okay, and then this one, it's kind of like a little snow globe, and it's got Anna and Elsa and Olaf before he becomes a real thing, but it's them as kids. And I already showed you that one, and then I also have Paw Patrol, because Paw Patrol's awesome. So there's that one. Paw Patrol's really just trying his best to do what's best for everybody. So this last one, let's see, it's been 5, so 2015. 2015 was 60 years for Disneyland, because it opened in 1955. So there was this big celebration of 60 years in 2015, and it was called the 60th Diamond Celebration. And I got this one from the, can you guess? Walt Disney Travel Company. So I got this one from another agency thing, but this one has like all of my classic pins on it. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 pins on it. So it's, I'm gonna take the 8 out for a second because it'll mess me up. So I had 50, so 65 plus 8, 60, 70, 73. I have 73 pins total. So I actually really love the story of Walt Disney and how he built Disneyland and the Walt Disney Company and everything. And just his story in general is really inspiring to me. He's actually he's a role model to me. And so all of his original stuff, like original Mickey and stuff like that, is really important to me. And so that's kind of what this lanyard is. Also, it had Mary Poppins on it because I really like Mary Poppins. And learning the story of how Mary Poppins came to be through, what is it called? Oh my gosh, I don't know. It's that movie that Walt Disney did, or that Disney did a couple of years ago, about the story of Mary Poppins coming together and how it became a movie. I can't remember what it was called. I'll put it in the description box. I'll look it up and put it in the description box. Saving Mr. Banks. Saving Mr. Banks. That's what it was called. And so Mary Poppins also holds a special place in my heart. So I have like 2 Mary Poppins pins. Only 2, but they're on here. Okay, so we'll start with this one. This one I got this past Christmas. It's like an old-timey Mickey Mouse. I just think he's so cute. I'm like a sucker for old stuff and like antique type stuff. And just the coloring. And I know it's a brand new pin, but it looks like an antique pin, and that's what I really like about it. This one is part of a series. It's a Walt Disney. It says Walt Disney World survey marker, and they have the was funny that they turned it into a pin, and I just had to have it. I think I traded for that one. This one is one of the very first ones that I bought. I'm not sure why. I'm not a huge candy addict. I guess I just thought it was cute. This is like a mini Mouseketeers hat. This one is one of the ones that I got from the Disney Travel Company. It even says it on the back, Disney Travel Company. This says Disneyland Resort. So this is actually probably the one that I got with that that second one that I showed you, that second lanyard. I probably got this pin with that lanyard. And then this is like one of my favorite pins. These two are two of my favorite pins. They're the ones celebrating the diamond celebration. I think this one is so cute. But the diamond celebration was just gorgeous because everything was in like silver and blue, and it was all sparkly, and it was just beautiful. And so to have things to commemorate that and to remember that I was there is really cool. And then I have one of my Mary Poppins pins in her classic nanny's outfit. No, not her nanny's outfit. This is her outing outfit whenever they pop into the chalk painting. This is what she wears. And then this one at the bottom has the Disneyland castle. Yeah, Disneyland castle. And then on the inside, it's got a portrait of Walt Disney. And it says, "It's kind of fun to do the impossible." And it's got his signature down there. And I actually have that at the base of this lanyard because it's kind of like the crowning jewel of this lanyard for me. And then I have this one, practically perfect in every way. It's a Mary Poppins one. Above that, barely, I got a second one. I got one too. My bad, two of those attraction ones where it's like it's the mystery bin bags, kind of like the Pirates of the Caribbean one that I showed you earlier, except this one is the Mickey and Walt statue. Can't get it to focus, but this one, I love this one. It's Steamboat Willie. Again, it's kind of antique looking. This one I got this one at Christmas too, I think. I got so many at Christmas. This is a Walt Disney World. I didn't really have any Disney World ones, but I'm not a Disney World person, but I really like the sketch look of this. Like, you can't really tell. Oh, there you go. It's got the castle in the background. And then there's Mickey up here, and it says Walt Disney World down there. And then there's, of course, an antique Minnie Mouse with her signature. And then finally, this is another series one, but it's a lot of cast members wear these to notify you that they are cast members, so that the pointing finger is like, hey, if you need to know where to go, that's the way to go, kind of